Are you kidding me? I just recently picked up a razor that I've been looking for a little while, and it is in mint condition. I have added the Gillette Fatboy to the family. Now the only thing is it doesn't have a date, so I'm not exactly sure what year this is, but I am super excited to get using it. Now because I'm using a vintage razor, I'll be doing a vintage shave. I'll be using Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood for my cream. I'll be lathering up with the Simpson T3 synthetic knot, and I'll be ending off the entire shave with Taylor of Old Bond Street aftershave splash, or according to the bottle, aftershave lotion. First, let me go ahead and put on some Taylor of Old Bond Street pre-shave oil. And now because I'm using a cream, I'll go ahead and bowl lather. And now when I bowl lather, what I like to do is smear the cream or soap, typically soft soap, around the bowl first. Smear it all around, thin it all out. I just find it's easier to build up a lather that way. I got some cream left on my finger, so I'll go ahead and I'll put it on my face, because at the end of the day, that's where it's going anyway. Now next, what I'll do, take my synthetic brush, dunk it into the water, give it a couple of good swirls, and then I'll give it a few good shakes. I won't try to get out all the water. I just try to get out a good amount. After I'm done that, I know there's still water left in here, so I'll go ahead and build my lather that way. So now my brush is loaded. Let's start building. And now when I'm bowl lathering and I need to add hydration or water, I'll do one of two things. I'll either take the tips of the brush, dip it into the water, get back into the bowl that way, or I'll grab my mister, give roughly 3 to 4 squirts, and add hydration that way. Since I have this in my hand, let's go ahead and use it. So the cream can use a little more hydration, so I'll go ahead now. I'll just dunk the tips of my brush in. Wow, this is blowing up. I don't know if you can tell or not. I love TOBS so much. Look at that. Insane. Like I normally do, first I'll paint on the soap or cream, let it sit on my face for a moment, mainly while I load up my razor, and then I'll go ahead and get right in there with the brush. So I'm going to be using a blade that I haven't used in ages. I'll go ahead and throw in a Gillette Lathered. One of the nice things about this razor is that it's a twist to open. So what that means, you twist the bottom here, and the top opens. And when using a vintage adjustable razor, when you want to adjust it, what you'll need to do is open the top cap, and now you can go ahead and adjust it while you have a blade in the razor. So I'm gonna say the Fatboy will be similar to the Gillette Slim that I currently have. Now with that Slim, I can keep it at level 9 easily. So I'll go ahead and I'll put on level 9 with the Fatboy. And as you can see, there's a black line here. So I will just twist till it gets to the 9. Once you get it to the number you want, now you can go ahead, close the razor, and get to work. So this vintage Gillette Fatboy is loaded. Let's go ahead and take down 2 days worth of growth. Oh, do I ever love the Simpson T3. This is the very first brush I have ever owned. Highly recommend this to anyone. If you're new or you've been at wet shaving for a long time, this is a great brush. And this lather is so thick. There you have it, first pass is done. That felt really nice. I'm really enjoying this razor. I haven't used my Gillette Slim in a while. I do remember that also gives a very nice shave. So I have a feeling we might be having a bit of a comparison shave on our hands here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And I mean, hey, while you're subscribing, you want to go ahead and like this video, share it, and leave a comment. Do you have a vintage razor? And what is your go-to vintage razor? I'd love to know. that was the beauty of a second pass. Let's go ahead and get that third pass in. You're investigating traditional wet shaving and you're trying to figure out what's your first soap and or cream. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with Taylor of Old Bond Street. Alright, so just like the first time I used the Gillette Slim, gave myself a present, well the Fatboy is following suit. Look at that, little guy right there. Okay, note to self, you don't need to be so aggressive, Chris. Let me go ahead and wash off the rest of this cream, finish off the rest of the shave. Hold tight. Alright, let me get in there with my Parker's Allen Block. Alright, so I was definitely getting carried away with that shave. Now what I'm doing here, because I gave myself that little nick, is the alum will help heal it. So I'm just holding it to the nick for a few moments, and then I'll go on. I don't believe I've ever gotten irritation. If anything's ever gonna happen with me, it'll be a nick. So now that the alum is on my face, I feel it working, doing its magic. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my area. And then when my area is all cleaned up, I'll go ahead and wash off the alum. Now I do recommend washing off the alum. Maybe not right away. That's up to you if you want to do that. All right, so the Fatboy is all cleaned up. It's ready for its next use. And now the Simpson T3 is all cleaned up and it's ready for its next use. All right, so now that my area is all cleaned up and it's ready for my next shave, I'll go ahead, wash off the alum, and get ready to put on some Thayers. So I recently picked up this Thayers a few days ago, and I've been combining it with the watery liquid Thayers. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to be combining this Thayers with TOBS aftershave lotion. It was recommended to try it out, so I thought, hey, why not? I have both. I'll give it a shot and see what happens. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put this Thayers on first. Now let's go ahead and end off the entire shave with Taylor of Old Bond Street aftershave lotion. Now I'll add this Thayers. Oh, that's good. Wow, I approve of this. That is a great combination. All right, there you have it, guys. End of the shave. That little combination with the milky hydration Thayers and the aftershave splash was a nice way to end off the shave. My skin feels soft and smooth. I did have that little hiccup, but hey, we're always learning, right? On that note, you make it a great shave, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.